Le'Veon Bell is no longer a Steeler, but that hasn't stopped him from bashing his former organization. Yesterday, he not only took a shot at Ben Roethlisberger, but also how the Steelers treat their players. Take a listen.
Like Pittsburgh is, they're a great organization. You know what I'm saying? They got a great owner, head coach. They kind of treat you like, all right, if you're like that. Like, they don't treat you like a human. What I mean by that is, like, I'm an NFL athlete, but I'm a human being. They want you to be, if you're a Steeler, like, you're literally supposed to be playing football 24/7. You're not supposed to be playing video games and, like, making music, playing basketball. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be working out. You know what I'm saying? It's not realistic. A lot of things, like, it's not realistic. So if I do say something, if I'm doing something on social media or whatever, that's different than football. It's like not accepted.
All right, Shannon, does he have a point?
To a certain extent, Skip, I get it, Skip. Guys want to do other things. They want to do something other than play football. And like you said, football is not 24/7. But this is not unique to the Steelers. I can assure you, the Jets, after they doled out all the money they doled out for Le'Veon Bell, Skip, I can assure you they want him mainly focused on football. For me, Skip, I was football 24/7 because it's the only thing that I ever wanted to do. I've never wanted to own a business. I've never wanted to do outside things. So that was different. But the thing for me, as I look back on it, if I'd have had some of the opportunities that some of these guys have now, how would I have handled that situation?
Okay.
The teams, look, and that's what teams want. Teams want you to be focused on football all the time. And as he said, it is unrealistic, Skip. You can't play. It's a year-round job, but it's not 24-hour day job. And guys, like, sometimes I want to unwind. I want to play video games, or I want to, whatever it is they do that's not going to harm them or put them in a situation where it could hurt their career. I don't really have a problem with it. I've come a long way in my thinking because, trust me, when I played, Skip, I was all football, and I was very disappointed when guys did other things that wasn't football related because I felt it was taking away. But as I've gotten older, I see guys can do different things and still be great at their job, which is football. So this is not unique to the Steelers. I can assure you all the other teams want their players to mainly focus on football. And so I get his frustration because he's one of the guys. He's very active on social media. As you mentioned, Skip, he wants to have a rap career. So he wants to spend time in the studio, with beats and things of that nature. He plays video games. The Steelers are old school, Skip. They're one of the franchises go back 1933.
They do.
And this is how they did it. And they need to change, and the thought process also needs to change.
It's funny that I'm talking to you about this because you, of all people, understand championships are won in football with a unified locker room.
Agree.
I've never been around a football team that won that was going in opposite direction.
Yep.
Because there's something about a we in football that's more important than a we in basketball, or certainly a we in baseball.
Right.
Hockey can be, it's
the same.
It may be the same, but in football, old school Steelers, it has to be a we. You have to sacrifice some of me for we.
Right.
Some of. And yet, to me, Le'Veon, AB, Odell are all social media victims because this is the age we live in, and social media has led all three to believe that they are LeBron, they are KD, they are Kyrie, that they are NBA-style superstars because that's what they read every day on social media. That's the feedback they get. And they're fueled by it, so they want more outside the confines of the locker room.
Right.
And come on, let me be a human. Let me do this and do that. And the Steelers are saying that's not how we're going to get back to winning championships here because they've won a lot before with a lot of big personalities. Those Bradshaw teams, the Terry Bradshaw teams had big personalities, but they were one.
Right.
I talked about the old Raiders. They had the biggest bunch of characters ever thrown into the same locker room, but they became one. Your Ravens, were there not outsized personalities in there?
Absolutely.
That they could have dominated. Your Ravens would have dominated social media if they'd had it, right?
Yeah.
But instead, they dominated on the football field. but you were an ultimate team leader in both Baltimore and Denver because you knew what collective how it had to feel.
Right.
You needed strong internal leadership, and anytime anybody strayed a little bit, no.
Right.
You, Ray, in Baltimore, no. We don't do that because we are we.
Well, that's what you have to do, Skip. Well, I remember going to the Super Bowl, and Brian told the story. I didn't even know he heard it until he had told the story many years later. We gave us one simple rule, Skip. We didn't have curfew. They didn't check rooms. All he asked us to do was to ride the bus from the hotel to the practice, from practice field back to the hotel. That was the only rule we had for a Super Bowl. Let that sink in. I can assure you, no other team in NFL history has never had a curfew or room check. That was his only rule. Okay, we get down there, I think it's probably like a Wednesday or Thursday.
Tampa?
Yeah. We're in Tampa. Brian is already practicing at the University of South Florida. Brian has already told us, to and from, no problem. This dude gonna talk about, well, my mom and dad here, I'm gonna ride back with them. I said, no, hell you not.
What dude?
He was a young guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride back. My mom and them, they want me to ride back with them. I said, unless they're gonna get on the bus, that's where you gonna ride back with.
As silly as that sounds, that's a we thing.
Yeah. We got rules. They apply to everybody. I don't care about you. I'm sorry that your mom and dad is here, but they can meet you at the hotel.
I wouldn't try to get anything past you, Shannon. No, I don't think I would get very far. All right, we've been waiting. March Madness is about to start. Love this time of year.